Hello everyone, I'm Marine Lefort, I'm a freelance publisher and you listen to Les Voix de la Photo. Les Voix de la Photo is the podcast that gives voice to professionals in the photo and image industry to reveal their journeys, their successes, sometimes their setbacks, and give us some advice along the way. Today, this episode is in English because I'm with Daria Bonera and we are in your family house in the countryside of Milan. Hello, Daria.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming here.
And thank you for inviting me to your home. You are born in Milan. You graduated in fashion marketing from St. Martin's School in London before starting your career at Contrasto Photo Agencies in Milano. In 2004, you moved to Grazia Neri's Photo Agency, representing international photographers and selecting new talents. In 2008, you worked in New York as an agent for documentary photographer Donna Ferrato, collaborating with major publications. Upon returning to Milano, you founded your own agency, DB, representing select documentary, fashion and film directors, as well as videomakers. You have been a portfolio reviewer at festivals like Les Rencontres d'Art in Arles, juror for Photography Awards, and nominator for the Prix Pictet and British Journal of Photography Ones to Watch. To start our conversation, could you describe your upbringing? Did you grow up with family or friends who share a passion for the arts? Where did you grow up and where did you spend your first years?
Thank you so much, Marine. Really happy to be here and excited. The experience of photography came from early age, thanks to my mother. She's a portrait photographer. And since I was a child, I was fascinated about this medium, and I was going with her to the artist places, to the artist houses around Italy, and then helping her with the editing. And also at the time, it was analogic. She used to have a films camera, so with slide. And my job, it was, of course, it was for fun. For me, it was great to stitching her name on the frame of the slide, and also helping, as I told you, with the editing, with the lens. So I used to have a lens to choose the most interesting portrait. And since I was a child, I didn't know that I wanted to work in the photography field, but I was aware that I wanted to work in the artistic field, and I wanted to be independent. Yes, that it was for sure something that I felt when I was a little girl. But
why?
Because I had a very special connection with the artists in generally. I feel very confident with them. So it's my word. But maybe what I understand that it was my job be a photographer since early age, but working around photography, yes, because maybe I wanted to do something different from my mother, or also because I didn't feel to be a photographer, like making like the shooting, but I really enjoy everything behind.
And your dad, your father, he was working in art, or
my dad, very open mind, very free spirit. He was a motor racer, but he loves photography too. And my mother met him because at the time when he was racing for MV Augusta, my mother was the official photographer of his team. So very romantic And but it was also fascinating, and we used to have a lot of photography book. Of course, when I was little, of maybe nature, or about animals, not so like heavy social reportage, but definitely it was great.
And how did you start your academic journey to pave the way for your career? Can you tell us about your academic background in fashion marketing at St. Martin's School, and how it influenced your career in photography?
Yes, St. Martin's School. First of it, I want to say that when I study, so back in the days, I'm not young anymore. You couldn't find so many photography school, especially for a photo editor. Back in 2000, so long time ago. St. Martin's School, it was amazing, a great experience for the fashion industry. So the history of fashion, the contemporary fashion, strategies, marketing, it was very interesting and deep. But it wasn't focused my course on photography. What it opened my mind in photography and helped me a lot, it was London as a city, because it's like all the big cosmopolitan city, but the experience in Grazia Neri Agency, that it was the first time I could had the privilege to learn a lot from her and understand that this work could be concrete and successful.
How did you meet?
After the internship at Contrasto Photo Agency, again another great reality, and it was a short time, but I had the opportunity to learn a lot also. But of course, in Grazia Neri I stay more, and for me at the time they were looking for a full-time job, so I had to start immediately, and because my mother was represented by Grazia Neri Agency, and so I had a lot of respect, and I wanted one day to have the opportunity to work, and also for an internship, but I was lucky enough to have a job, full-time job.
And at this time, at Grazia Neri Photo Agency, what was your roles? Like, what was your project?
At the photo desk, so with my colleagues, we were representing international agency photographers, looking for stories suitable for the Italian market, prepare the story for our sellers, so pick up the best photos, making an editing, translate from English to Italian a little introduction of the project. Different project, could be social issue, reportage, or portrait, or more daily life stories. I mean, any kind of topic, not just photojournalism, and prepare for our sellers that they had contact with all the main publishing house, so Condé Nast, RCS, and all the big one, and also find new photographers, and that was also a challenging and very interesting part of my job. But I really like all the aspects, because also we had the gallery with other colleague in charge of making exhibition, making a book. So also we had the advertising office for working in a project for advertising company. So it was really great. reality.
And in 2008, you moved to New York. Can we tell us about this? What brings you to New York at this time?
It was a very difficult choice, very hard, because in Milano I was safe in a very incredible agency. I had my job, my dream job. But I don't know why maybe for my age at the time I was 30 and you feel like you want to discover all the world. You have a lot of, energy to make a new challenging, but also because I had the feeling that the market was changing a lot. I mean, the market obviously was changing also with the web, because magazines are now, online, most of them. News are coming on very fast, every second online, and the readers are changing. Also, ages is, the readers now are younger readers that they prefer this medium than the paper one. So for many reasons that we know, of course, the crisis was intense, but also because I realized that big agency with this market couldn't live anymore, and be independent was maybe a better solution. So New York period was very intense, not easy, for sure. Also, it was 2008, so the crisis financial crisis started there, and my photographers' colleagues, they were very worried and afraid. But New York opened my mind to understand better which could be the best strategy to bring in Europe, because of course it's bigger, it's a huge market.
You moved with a job, or
I was consultant for Grazia Neri Agency. So as a consultant at the time, tried to find an assignment for Italian photographers, and as well find new photographers in US to be represented through Grazia Neri in Italy, in the Italian market, and also be close to to Donna Ferrato, which was one of the most important photographer represented by Grazia Neri. So I had the possibility to work close to her, and of course, she also was helping me a lot to understand better, the good strategic to survive in this crazy era, and the big change. So with their experience, with their intuition, their vision, it was really important. Yeah, but I decided not to be based in New York. I felt more safe in Milano, because the crisis arrived in Milano 1 year after, in 2009. But in Milano it was easier for me to be, independent. I had a house, I had a family. So this is why I decided to do it was a little bit too much in New York for me, be alone, be a freelance and independent. Yes.
And what are the main differences you observe between the photography industry in New York and Milano?
Of course, New York is huge. You have also like the Bibles of photojournalism, like New York Times, National Geographic Society. So you cannot compare. I mean, we have the great magazine also in Italy, of course, but we have the limit of the language also, because they are written in Italian, and only Italian can understand.
Market is smaller. Yeah.
Yes, market smaller. But for fashion industry, design industry, advertising industry is big. Milano is a very important city. Like like New York for fashion industry and design especially. We have a lot of incredible reality and company. Is the capital of design, but also fashion. It's really, really powerful. So this is why also I felt, okay, it's a little bit different, could be, it's not the same, but we have opportunity, not like in US, less opportunity, maybe less competitor. For sure, when I started, I didn't have many competitor like me, freelance, from the documentary background. Try to work in the commercial market, but it was a challenging, of course, and I'm glad that I decided to be in Italy. Yeah, definitely.
So you moved back to Milan, and you choose to start your own company. Like, why? Because as you said, you were working regularly with Grazia Neri, a photo agency. Why did you choose to work on your own?
Because the big photo agency, through the editorial crisis, couldn't survive anymore.
Yeah, it's what you say. Yeah.
They have too many costs, and the fee of the stories on the magazine are smaller than they used to be. They assign less work, they pay less, so it was difficult to find another job in an agency, in a big agency. And also because I want to be independent. I had a lot of dream and energy, and I was really excited to try. This was something that I really wanted to do, and of course, it was an easy decision, but unfortunately, Grazia Neri closed down in 2009. But I really wanted not to work for another big agency. Yeah, that was my choice.
Yeah, so can you share the challenges and the successes you encounter, you faced when you founding your own agency? I think it's sometimes interesting to know the beginning and maybe the evolution of the project, because you said at the beginning maybe you were working with Grazia Neri's partner, or en tout cas maybe you were in this circle, but how did it the evolution of your project?
At the beginning, it wasn't so difficult like I thought, because my reality, which was myself basically, for the commercial clients, advertising, which agency, they were my first clients, it was a news. It was a fresh, innovated things. So they were very curious, and they were giving first of it meetings. I had the chance to, without knowing anyone, to have the meeting with the director, buyer, and the people in charge to select new photographers or new photo agency. So that it was something that I really understand, that it was on my side, be a new reality. Also, I was more flexible because I was alone, and you had less cost to charge to the client. But also the client had the idea that I could handle everything. Like, of course, depend from the project. I work with a lot of great people that I hire or I call anytime I need. And I decided to be photography consultant, but also producer. So sometimes they need the whole package from me. So not just a proposal of a photographer, but also be in charge of the whole production, looking for location, making the casting, so all these aspects. And with a team of people and with a network that I development in these years, I'm always able to satisfy the client's needs. And also, of course, my be alone, it's for the client is also it has less cost. And the background in photojournalism, in documentary field, it was a great add for them, because in some way I could bring a more realistic approach and a different aesthetic and language, which is different from, for example, lifestyle photographer or more commercial photographers. So that was they really appreciate. And of course, when I started to work in the fashion industry, which it was very successful as well, I understand that the photography could a great add, but also film director or video maker could be important to have for the web and the social medias, of course. So fashion needs photographers, but also video maker or film directors for the content. So I started to represent very early at the beginning of my agency, like straight in 2009, video makers and film directors. So I proposed them, which was very important for them.
Most of the time, your clients are agency, or it's brand directly, or it depends?
With all agency, now recently more with clients directly, because also the advertising agency are having such a hard time for different reason of the photo agency back in the days, but they had to change. They had to be more competitive in terms of cost, in terms of people, and the structure has to be lighter and faster. Maybe big advertising agency works very well with the client that they want that environment, but not with the client that they want something smaller. With the quality has to be great as well, but they want works with smaller reality. So this is why now I work directly with company, because also company has built inside their own marketing office. So they have people in charge of campaign inside without having an advertising agency who's caring about this. It really depends from the company. But for example, fashion has their own people inside. And if they need a consultant from an agency for strategy or for making a very big campaign, they always are in contact with like fashion agency which are focused in luxury and fashion client for the media planning also, but they are really inside. They are really talented people working in this. Definitely give an assignment to agency or photographers or video maker for making their content for the social, especially for the web media campaign, social media campaign. Every day they need a lot of content. That is good for us.
And most of the time, it's the brand or the company will contact you, or it's you need to prospect.
I always I call new business, try to find the good approach and the good strategy and making a specific portfolio to attract them, So a lot of project that I'm doing comes from my idea, and some they come from them, but I have to push, I have to always making good strategy, definitely, and find a new client. Yeah, this is a very important part of my job.
I think the photography market can look and can be seen as really not really not really transparent, or like not really easy access. Do you have some advice for people who maybe to build their network? Like I don't know if you have some advice about this. Like if someone wants to start their own agency, do you have some advice to create their own network?
Yeah, definitely. For example, young photographers that they are studying or finish the last, months of the school, they should take advance of this incredible period of their life to build already the network. This is what I'm teaching, what I'm doing, visual communication. Really take the advance to build now. Find a great stylist that you understand your languages and approach. So all the team that you have, it's so close to you, and together you can get inspiration one from the others. Set designer too, light assistant, digital operator, and photo retouch, photo post-producer. All these roles are really important. So the photographer has to pick the one that they fit better in his work, approach, vision, languages, and also because a lot of photographers, I really like that they feel so confident. So at my time, I don't know, but I didn't had, maybe I forgot about the feeling that they feel so self-confident and cool. They are really they are not scared about anything. And I really appreciate that. It is a very great quality. But never stop dreaming, and be also humble. Humble is a quality that in any job, of course, not just in the photography job, it's something that less people have, especially the young generation. And I will never forget about Elliot Harvit. When I met last time, it was 10 years ago in Milano, how humble was about taking any assignment. I mean, Elliot Harvit, a master of photographer, anytime he's taking any assignment, commercial, editorial project, he was really serious, professional, hard worker. I wish, and I'm not sure that the young, talented photographer has the same approach. Because it was really fast for them also to have the opportunity to work with a client through the social. For example, they may be being contacted on Instagram. Instagram is a great tool for the buyer, for the client to make research and pick up directly the talented photographers. And for them is a great window into the world. So they had a great opportunity without, making all the steps. So this is could be a reason, because sometimes they feel like I feel that they are like a little bit snobby about, this is a commercial job. No, you have always to take seriously and be so ambition, and that you will bring your own vision, even if the clients need that work, already give you the brief and the layout of the campaign, and it's a commercial assignment. So maybe you think that you don't have enough freedom to create something. But no, you have to bring your own identity anytime. Yeah, and this is a great challenging. And I always suggest to the photographers and to the film directors to know so well the market and be confident to propose something that is new and arrive before the others, to have an intuition, how do you say intuizione?
Yeah, no, I think it's
an idea before the others, because they are starving, the clients and the market, to have something new and different from the other competitor. That if you arrive before the other because you are so cautious about the market, you follow all the changes, you study, you make research, strategy, and that you find this, you have more possibility, you have more chance and opportunity, definitely. So never stopping and questioning yourself and find a new way, to that is, it's very challenging, but also very incredible about this work, because you never get bored, even if it's an artistic file and it's great and exciting, you are cautioned that it's changing every second really fast. So you have to be ready. Yeah.
And as a jury member for International Photography Awards and Portfolio Reviewer, what qualities do you look for in a photographer?
Of course, the technique, the composition, the light, the approach, the choice of the subject, but also the authenticity and the unique, something that is unique, and because a lot of subjects, they are already be done, no? But if you have a new vision, you can make a different job anytime, even if it's some overworked subject. Technique, composition, as I said, light, uniqueness, and the touch of magic. And that it's for sure what I'm looking.
Yeah, I think we will end with this word, magic. Thank you, Daria, for your time, and maybe we will meet another time, maybe in Paris Photo this year.
It was a pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much. We will see again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Les Voix de la Photo. In the notes of this episode, you will find a sign-up link to receive the Voix de la Photo newsletter. Sorry, it's in French, at least for now. Every 2 weeks, you will get a summary of the latest episode, exclusive content, my recommendation for reading, exhibitions or conferences, and sometimes even gifts. Also, to help spread the word about the podcast, I'll invite you to leave a comment and 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you want to share your thoughts, suggest people you would like to hear, or learn more, you can follow me on social media, on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. See you soon!